Okay, let me make sure we're good to go. Okay, let me double check the stream real quick. Okay, let me double check the stream real quick. Okay, all seems fine. Okay, all seems fine. All right, cool. We're good. Let me send an invite link to my Discord. Copy. Invite link. Where's my Discord? There's my Discord. Streams at stream ping. Okay, cool. Can I? Twitch is fine, I guess. It doesn't really matter that much. I kind of want it. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I have to like customize my Discord a little bit because I want. I want my Discord profile to link to my YouTube, not my Twitch. So maybe I should disable that. I think that should show I'm streaming now on YouTube. Question mark. I think that should be a little bit of echo there. Or maybe not. Maybe Discord is just having a field day with me, which honestly seems like something Discord would do. Okay, I guess we'll just turn on the Twitch connection back on for now. Oh, here comes my cat. Hey, buddy. Buddy. There are so many cords over here. Please do not break anything. The camera setup I have right now is like so wildly scuffed. It's like the fact that this hasn't fallen over yet on top of like everything else is so bad. It is so lucky. Okay, let's start with some JavaScript problems. That's what I'm most concerned about. Then React, then Next.js. Okay, let me just hold on. Okay, that's good. That's cool. Okay, let me just do this. Okay. What's that? It doesn't really matter. Oh, here. You know what? Let's make a poll. Will I fail this interview? Yes, no. Start poll. I trust that y'all will choose the right answer, which is yes. Okay. Why is this not showing up on my Discord now? I don't know, bro. Whatever. Okay. Thanks, Twin. Okay. I guess we'll just start with a few random JavaScript questions. I don't really care what I'm doing. I just want to do a few things. Okay. Holy crap, why is my browser dying? There we go. Okay. Okay. Write a function that checks if a given value is an instance of a given class or superclass. First problem, an object is considered to be an instance of a given class if that object has access to that class's methods. So, okay, this is object-oriented. So this is the interesting part, is that an object is considered an instance of a given class if that object has access to that class's methods. So that's, this is basically saying, yeah, I will, Twin. Okay, so this is basically saying, wait, actually my wallpaper, because this doesn't look good. Wait, that's the wrong thing. Okay, nature 2. There. That'll look a lot better on stream. Why did I put that in there? Okay, so let's see, code, test files, and I'll just put this here for now. Okay, so this is going to be, so let me just go here and, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have this, and then we're going to have VX. I can delete that. I don't need that anymore. I can delete this entire directory, really. It doesn't really matter, though. Okay, so for this, we're just going to have new curve.js. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so curve.js. Okay, so this is going to be my notes. Okay, so this problem object is considered an instance of a given class. The object has access to that class's methods. So that means if the object has access to that class's methods, it is a subclass slash child class. Is it considered an instance of a given class? If it's the same class. Okay, what else is interesting here? So it's the object, and that's the actual class function. Class dog extends animal. So, and we're checking if the class function is okay. So we're checking if the class function is an instance of the inputted object, basically. Okay, this seems like some internal function. I'm not gonna lie. There are hints, thankfully, because this seems like something just like really niche and weird. Input class. Okay, so because dog is a subclass of animal, due to polymorphism, a dog object is an instance of both dog and animal. Can I do TypeScript? There we go, that'd be better. Is an instance of both dog and animal. Okay, great. A date constructor cannot logically be an instance of itself. Oh, okay, so instance of itself is not... Oh, this is weird. Okay, so it's... if it is instance of a given class or superclass. Okay, so that's kind of weird. That... Okay. So I guess... This is... Okay, this has to be something like super niche with JavaScript. There's some like weird inner function. Because I don't see any reason why this would be something I have to write myself. Like, the only thing I can think of is it's going to be like something... Okay, this is like really rough and scuffed, but it's going to be something like for method and object dot... or object dot methods if class function does not have method, and hold on, let me write this in Neovim there. Count that out. Have method, return false, and then same thing for fields basically. I don't know that would be right though. Because it's really scuffed. Okay, so instance of keyword or it, oh, okay, this is interesting. Okay, so it's only if it has access to that class's methods. So I'm guessing it has something to do with actually getting the methods of each class. So maybe I was on something with what I was doing there. So maybe it is something like can I get all the methods? So object dot... Oh, it's not helpful that that's... Oh, I'm also saying this is TypeScript, aren't I? That's probably why it's yelling at me. Okay, I'm just gonna do that in raw JavaScript then. Just 'cause it'll make my life easier. Okay, test.js, or no, cur.js. There. Methods. Is that a thing then? MDN. All methods of an object. I don't know. I don't care. All object. Okay, yes, are an instance of object. Same thing with kind of how everything inherits from object in Java. So okay, I'm not really interested in static methods. Has own property, maybe. I mean, So I guess, okay. So has own property method of object instances requires, not requires, returns a boolean indicating whether the specified property with the object has the specified property as its own property as opposed to inheriting it. So it has its own property. Okay, I wonder, okay, there is some stuff about inheritance, question mark. I'm like way too far down, aren't I? I just want to see. Okay, you know what? Because we gotta churn through a lot of these. We're just gonna go ahead and take a hint on this one. The prototype chain. Oh, is this something with a prototype? Oh, I hate this. Cause I don't know how it works. The constructed prototype property will. Okay, so the prototype property of a function, and since it's used when the function is right, these are functions. So this should be instance method or instance property. Okay, not that. I guess we'll start with prototype. JavaScript class. Here, okay, prototype chain. Yes, inheritance using objects. The internal link to another object called its prototype. The prototype object has a prototype of its own, and so on until an object is reached with null as its prototype. Prototype, great. Experience dynamic and does not have static types. Huh? Okay, that's weird. Well, this confusion is often considered to be one of the weaknesses. The prototypal inheritance model is more powerful than the classical model. It is, for example, trivial to build a classical model on top of a prototypal model, which is how classes are implemented. Classes are now widely adopted and become a new paradigm. JavaScript classes now bring a new inheritance pattern. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. Dynamic bags of properties. Yes. Okay. JavaScript objects have a link to a prototype object. Trying to access a property of an object, the property will not only be sought on the object, but on the prototype of the object. Okay, yeah, so that, like, this feels like very similar to every other object-oriented language. But whatever. There are several ways to specify the prototype of an object, which are listed in a later section. For now, we will use the proto syntax. Pretty sure that's deprecated, though? Question mark. Okay. Well, it's not really helpful, is it? So is this... Okay, however, prototypes that you can use set properties, they should be present on every. Oh, thanks, man. It's prototypes. Currently trying to figure out prototypes because apparently this is like an entirely different paradigm than like other object-oriented languages. I've never worked directly with this. JavaScript with the background. Prototypes rather than classes. So we're saying prototype is actually pointing to its prototype. Just read the answer. Go straight there. Okay, so this is like... Dude, this is so weird. So, prototype is like a different way of doing what I consider standard object-oriented programming with functions. I think. I'm not sure. I guess that kind of makes sense. It's so weird. Okay, so... Oh, dude, this is so weird. So it's data prototype. Okay, so like, let me look at like this object type prototype. object prototypes. Yeah, we talked about inheritance. That's great. So we do this, and then... So I guess, is it just is prototype of? Object dot is prototype of class function? I guess let's just check as instance of console.log. Check as instance of... I think the example that should work is new date. Date, because date should be like a literal prototype now, right? Or it should be a constructor, which I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know, dude. Don't even know. Okay, let's just see what happens with this, I guess. Okay, so that gives an undefined. Okay, and that was not supposed to happen. Just to clarify. Five's number. Blah blah blah. Okay, so there's new date. Is by definition an instance of date. Okay, so I understand that prototypes are these things that just inheritance in JavaScript, and that the keyword class is more of syntactic sugar than anything else. So okay, that is odd. Let me look at this prototype of. This is checks if this object exists in another object's prototype chain. So type error because it can't be converted to an object. So in that case, I would say it's. I mean, it's not really the. So okay. I feel like what I'm doing is not wrong because we're checking if it's a prototype of. So maybe it's more. So if is prototype of checks if it's an instance in the objects chain. So no, okay, that would be fine. But maybe it's object.prototype question mark. No, okay. Cannot read. Prototype undefined. Okay, so I can't do that for some reason. But that shouldn't be undefined. Unless we're just calling that wrong, which is possible. Let me see. Check is instance of new date. Yeah, no. That should work just like totally fine, right? Is prototype of along with the instance of operator. Okay, well, this might be my answer. Kind of at least. Comes in particularly handy if you have code that can only function when dealing with objects descend from. Oh wait, am I being? Okay, well, firstly, I'm being stupid. Let's see what happens there. Okay, well, that's still wrong, but I'm going somewhere. So is it... Okay. Or object is instance of... question mark? Instance of operator... Oh, it's just like... Okay, it's more of a keyword, I guess. So object, instance of, okay, so that gets true. So what is a prototype then? That's what I'm confused about. Prototype JavaScript. Object prototypes. Okay, I would like to read somewhere else because this is not helping me at all. Read it from, so like a read a prototype for each, it means the method is calling for an instance of array. But that, okay, I was under the impression that prototype was kind of like static? I'm not sure now. Doesn't have access to prototype methods like for each, and instances of array don't have access to array methods like from. The prototype object is a separator that divides methods, call it from the class itself, and instances of the classes. Okay, that's still really weird, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, every object is created by function. Every function is a prototype. Sort all the properties and methods that will be shared by all array objects. Okay, so this is okay. No, okay, so it's not wrong to think of it of this like a static method, kind of, like in a way, not exactly static, but in the same manner, I think. Okay, so like this. So my custom object, this .f1 is a function, so f1 will work. Prototype.f2, so that's modifying all instances of my custom object. So f2 will work. Oh, okay. I think that makes a little bit more sense. That's still weird, and I don't completely understand it. Let me see if that actually works. If it does, I can just go through the hints and maybe that'll help a little bit. So I think... Okay, let's try this. Let's run this. Oh, God damn it. Okay, so it's... Oh, okay, this is something else. This might be an edge case. So instance of keyword would return false. But it's still considered an instance of number because it accesses the number methods. So, but 5 is not a number because it's so weird because 5 is still a number, but we don't really think of it as a number. Okay, let me see if there's any like mentions of this in the documentation. Object instance of constructor that get prototype of O is equal to C dot prototype. Okay. Also realm, so string. Okay, so maybe that's so weird. Okay, I think I'm kind of putting this together as I go, because 5 is a number, but 5 is, it's kind of like the same thing that we just saw here with string, where we treat these as the same thing, but one of them is an object and one of them is just a data type. I think that's what I'm not really sure about. Okay, let me go and do another hint. Get prototype of okay, so maybe that's what we are intended to do here instead, is get prototype of object and then compare that directly to class functions prototype or something like that, because prototype, because otherwise we are okay, because if we directly check if it's an instance of that doesn't work. But this isn't going to work either, is it? In fact, I think this will just error immediately. Oh, well, actually, okay, that it passes that, which is surprising. Well, okay, maybe it is. Maybe you're still is instance of then. So here, let me look at this, because well, but this isn't. Well, no, this is dog is an instance of animal according to polymorphism. So I think that's fair. So I think that's fair to say like object.prototype wait, I'm sorry. It's just object instance of class function. We'll see if this works. What's up, Stefan? Cross my fingers. That's not working. Okay, so wait. Oh, what the hell is that? Huh? 5N? Is that a thing? The more you know, I guess. Let me just varx. Huh? I did not even know that that was a thing. What would you add to neovim for note taking? Oh wait, do I still? Oh wait, no, I don't. Never mind. I mean, I wouldn't add anything at this point. I mean, do you mean like the base neovim, or like as in like plugins and stuff? I mean, for base neovim, nothing. Neovim is configurable enough as it is, and it's unopinionated, which is nice. Okay, so why is this? I don't care about the complexity. It's fine that they have that though. So I don't even know what this is. 5NGS. What is it? Number and JavaScript? I don't even know what that is, dude. Let me see. Okay, so we can with the class function prototype. Yeah, that's great. Traverse the entire prototype chain. Oh, so are we supposed to like? Dude, what? Huh? That is some weird shit. I don't even know what the 5N. You know what? Okay, we're going to ChatGPT for this. What is 5N in JavaScript? Because I cannot find anything about this. A big int literal. Okay, big int literal. Okay, apparently I've never heard of this thing. Okay, so we went to traverse the entire prototype chain. So what's that gonna look like? Is this gonna be recursive then? So it's this or check if instance of prototype of class function dot prototype. Because otherwise I don't. Okay, because we need to recursively traverse this. But what's our base case going to be? I forgot about that. So I guess if object is null, if object is null, or in this case undefined, I think we just want to return false. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I think that's fine. Object is null or class function is null, just to be safe. Let's try that. It's getting really weird and complex. Okay, so this does not get this anymore. Is it still? No, what? Okay, is it? You know what? Screw it. Let's just add more things onto this. Or object instance of prototype. Not prototype. Class function. Let's just add more on until this works. You were very unhappy about that, weren't you? Damn. Okay, so yeah, it was not happy about that. So this is so weird. Okay, I don't have the time to sit on this for a while. It's already been 30 minutes, so we're gonna look at a solution. Oh, okay, I don't want to use premium. Nor do I care. Okay, so while object is not null. Oh, You got an interview on Wednesday? Nice, dude. I got mine. I think it's gonna be tomorrow, unless he moves it. I don't even know if it's a technical interview or not, but um, I'd rather be safe than sorry. And if he asks me some shit like this, I would rather be able to answer that without thinking than struggle with it naturally. Okay, so it should be, so object is not equal to null. If object.constructor is equal to class function, return true, and then we'll set object equal to object get predicate type of not exactly. I've had like 2 before this, I guess. I've just never done like a technical interview. Yeah, I mean, again, I have like no idea if this is even gonna be a technical interview or if it's gonna be a, we've seen your portfolio and you're chill, and this is your second interview anyways. So like we're just gonna chat and make sure you have some idea of what you're doing, but I don't really know. Okay, so if object.constructor, so okay, that's what I don't understand. So I think it's a weirdly asked question. So okay, right function that checks if a given value is an instance of a given class or superclass. It's considered an instance of the given class that the object has access to all the class's methods. So in that case, the prototype is basically checking if okay, there are no constraints, and that's fine. Okay, so we want to do, okay, where I was going wasn't wrong, I think, but it's not the best either. So we have the prototype, and the prototype is basically like the static reference to the object that can modify everything about all existing objects on, kind of. And then let's see, going back to the solution page, but I don't know why we're comparing a constructor. Good luck. It's 1 p.m. here and you work on graphs. Oh god, graph theory. God, yeah, I hate that. Good luck. That's yeah, I'm hoping that they don't. Oh, 1 a.m. Oh my god. Yeah, extra good luck. I was gonna say, I'm hoping that he doesn't try and drop a graph theory question on me. I don't. That'd be really weird. This is a startup I'm interviewing with, and the guy's like already seems really chill. So the chances of him asking a question like this are pretty slim, anyways. But still, dude, no, graph theory is insane. Well, object is not equal to null, so. Why are we comparing the constructor to the class function? Because the constructor... Oh my god, Fortune 500 company? Yeah, that's going to be a fun interview. Damn. Good luck. Because, yeah, that's going to be... it's going to be a lot. Yeah. No, seriously. Okay, so if object.constructor... let me look at like some other solutions, maybe make a little bit more sense. Sort by most votes, I guess. I think this is like the same thing. Yeah. So if okay, this might be a little bit simpler to understand. Okay, so class function parameter must be a function. So okay, the class function is weird to me, but whatever. Okay, so wait, hold on. So, okay, did I just misunderstand that class function is supposed to be the constructor for a given class, because that makes a little bit more sense. So object is instance of class function. That's so weird. What? With variable object holds a primitive value. The function is not a function that cannot be the constructor function of anything. No, it's just so weird, dude. Just show me the solution, dude. I don't care about any of this. Okay, so that, and then this handles the primitive. And that, okay, I'm gonna come back to that, I think. You know what, whatever. Okay, next question. Write code that enhances all arrays such that you can call the array.last method on any array and it will return the last element. If there are no elements in the array, it should return -1. We assume that the array is the output of json.parse. So, okay, that is odd. Okay, so we're in the prototype, so we have access to everything about the array itself, which honestly makes this a little bit more challenging, because I think it's okay. In my mind, from what I understand about prototypes now, the way that we're gonna go about this is gonna be something like this. We're gonna have like self dot array, or like for I and self dot array, last element equals I, and then return I. Obviously kind of scuffed, but maybe. Okay, then input. If there's nothing in there, we just return -1. So if array.length is equal to 0, we return -1. And that makes sense, that'd be doable. So the question now is just how do we access the actual content of the array from the prototype, because the prototype isn't exactly a static method. It's kind of similar to like a trait in Rust, kind of. I think it's a better way to think about it. Oh god. Okay. Because I'm guessing this is just a variable name that I don't know. You accessed. Okay, so this dot, yeah, so I wasn't going in the wrong direction. So this dot is it just like this dot for each? I mean oh well, here we can start with this. Okay, if this dot length is equal to 0, return -1. Then we can do this dot. Is there like an easier way to do that? Maybe. I don't know, dude. Oh, it's that slice, I guess. That'd probably be best. So it's inclusive, exclusive, right? I think. Hopefully, I'm not gonna act like I know. So should we start? Wait, let's see. So I think it should just be this then. Unless I'm wrong. I mean, it seems overly simple, but this is an easy question, and it is just JavaScript. Let's see what happens with that. Outputted. Oh, okay. So now we're accessing. Okay, we're going in the right direction here, but we need to like access directly this. So is it? that seems way too simple because we're taking a slice, so it might. Okay, let's try that. And that seems like it would work because it's just prototype stuff. There we go. Okay. That's chill. Okay, let me see some other solutions. Make sure I have a general grasp of that. Implementation 2. Yeah, this is great. Okay, if this dot length. Okay, that's like a shorter way to do it. Yeah, okay, that seems fine. Okay, counter. I think I've done this one before, but I kind of, maybe not, I don't know. Also, let me go back and delete this, so I actually, because I want to go back and try this after I go through everything else. Given an integer n, return a counter function. Oh, this is, oh god, what is this called? It's not, it's the thing where you put the function inside the other function. It's a really weird thing. I forget though. Actually, this counter function initially returns n, and then returns one more than the previous value every subsequent time it is called. So n plus 1, n plus 2, etc. So if we're given n as input, then we call it 3 times, we get 10, 11, and 12. Okay, I think that is fine. I forget though, because well, I think it's okay. So I think if I remember how to do this correctly, it should be let cur equals n. Oh right, isn't it like this the hard part? Because it's like, oh right, okay, this is the weird part. Because it's, wait, isn't it just like n minus 1? Hey, I'm gonna butcher your name, I'm sorry. Anurag, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Okay, so I think it's just, so cur plus plus, and then turn cur, I think. I forget how to do whatever this is called. But I think that's right. Let me try and run that. Okay. Try and submit that, see if I got that right. Cool. So what is that? It's not memoization. I'm just gonna look this up because I forget what it's called. Put function inside another function, JS. It's not just nested function. There's a name for it. And I want to make sure I actually understand what this is. This is not. Is it just called an inner function? Okay, maybe it is just okay. I swear there was like a name for this. And I saw it on NeetCode one time, and I was like, oh, there's a name for that. Wow. Let's see if there's something in it. Oh, closure. Yes. Okay. I remember that. Yes, closure. So closure is defining another function inside a previous function existing scope, and it allows you to do stuff like this, which just makes some things easier sometimes, which can make life a little easier. Let me see, like, what the hell? I guess, do you not have to redefine it? I think it's more appropriate to redefine it here, but that makes sense. It's fine. What's curring? I remember like this is a thing. Curring JavaScript. Why did I put this over here? Come over here. There we go. Oh right. Okay, I kind of remember this. I've never understood like the point of it though. Okay. Yeah, closures is just putting one function inside of another. Like this. It can be useful for like a few niche cases. Like realistically, like this isn't the most useful thing in the world, but it's kind of nice sometimes. So, yeah. Okay, sleep. Given a positive integer millis, write an asynchronous function that sleeps for milliseconds. It can resolve any value. This is an async problem. The minor deviation from millis in the actual sleep duration is acceptable. Okay, this is a asynchronous problem. I think there's just a built-in. Oh, right. Okay, this needs to return a promise that resolves in 100 milliseconds or in milliseconds. So, I think it's something like this. Renew like time. Look like time.sleep.js. Yeah. Okay. So this is basically. I'm just gonna steal this because it's basically like the same thing. So it's just returning a new promise, and then the resolve function is an anonymous function, and we use the set timeout function. I'm not sure what that is. Okay, let me keep looking at this because I don't completely understand it. Set timeout. Come on, I don't want to. Oh my god. Oh, just show me. Okay, you've taken me like so many different websites. Set timeout in JavaScript. So set timeout. So what this is doing is, yeah, because we want a promise, but the promise itself should just be able to be just a set timeout and not like a whole function with it. Maybe that. I'm not sure. Let me look. Yeah, no, because this is an overloaded function, so we could just do set timeout code. So maybe. Well, I guess. Well, it would still have to be anonymous, wouldn't it? Set timeout for however many milliseconds that takes. So then a function ref is a function to be executed after the timer expires. Okay, so maybe that's why we had that there. Was so we could do something like that. Maybe. That seems okay, but so we call resolve, and then but it seems recursive though. Let's see if this actually works, and if it does work, then I can investigate further. Okay, yeah, it does not work. Oh, well, it would help if I defined millis properly, or used millis properly. Okay, so that works there. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so set timeout function. Yeah, promise, resolve, reject. So when you want the function to return, could resolve. Okay, this does not make sense though, because I don't understand why we have to have this resolve function that seems to be recursively called. Solution. Okay, the sleep function takes a positive integer. Yep, it creates a promise that resolves after milliseconds. This is so weird, dude. I swear. Maybe, okay, hold on. Let me look at promise constructor JS. Promise objects. So in this case, the resolve and reject is function should be executed by the constructor. Resolve func and reject func. Any errors thrown in the executor will cause the promise to be rejected. Okay, so maybe it's just that it finishes? Okay, there's definitely some niche stuff with promise going on here that I don't understand completely, but we're going to move on. Because we're like, oh my god. I'm not doing this, dude. Nah, I'm joking. Okay. Write class that allows getting and setting key value pairs. However, a time until expiration is associated with each key. Class has 3 public methods. Set key value duration accepts an integer key, an integer value, and a duration in milliseconds. Once the duration has elapsed, the key should be inaccessible. And we're going to handle the inaccessibility of the key in get and count, I think. The method should return true if the same unexpired key already exists and false otherwise. With a value in the duration should be overwritten if the key already exists. Okay. Okay. So if it unexpired, okay, this seems manageable, but I'm guessing there's something that we're not that I'm missing, I guess. Okay, so let's just copy this and throw this into Neovim. Start from there. Okay, so we got this stuff. Okay, so this. Firstly, we need to find some sort of like hash map. So this should be like this dot. Hash map is equal to this. Well, it should be an object, I guess. Band. There we go. Yeah, because we don't really have hash maps in JavaScript, do we? So object is a new object, I guess. But then, hold on, let me see if this is a thing. Hashpad JavaScript. There is a sorry. There's a map, so maybe it's just that. So maybe it's new map. What's the difference between a weak map and a strong map again? Because I remember this like an entirely different thing. Key value pairs. So keys must be objects. Object presence in a key as a key in a weak map does not prevent the object from being garbage collected. That's weird. What? Does not observing the liveness of its keys, which is why it doesn't allow enumeration. Okay, I guess. Weird. Okay, we'll just ignore that for now. Anyways, we have a new map, but we also need time. So let's see. How are we gonna store the time? I guess we can have like kv for key value, and then this dot kt for time. Like this maybe. So what we can do is we can say if this dot kv dot get key, and get what's it gonna return. So it's gonna return you get reference that object, current element if no element is associated is not equal to undefined, return true. And all the way down here, when we're done, we're going to return false if nothing else worked. Or not if nothing else worked, but, you know. Anyways. We're going to insert that. So set. So key value. They're also going to set this dot key time dot set key new date. I'm gonna look at the date constructors because that should be like, because it should be like date plus something. I'm not really sure. Okay, so something like that. Okay, that's fine. So this is for any non-expired keys. Okay. So this should be this dot kt dot get key, so value let value, oops, this dot kt dot get t or get key, then, oh gosh, I could look up date constructors, date.js. So like current time. So it's dot now. Oh, this is weird. So it should be like set milliseconds for local time. So that's weird. Let's run with that for now. You let new date equals a new date current new date now. So it should be this. So date dot now dot set milliseconds. Let's see, so it should now new date dot set milliseconds, duration, and it should be new date. Okay, and that should be alright for that. Okay. It is helpful to know that this is basically just shorthand for the class keyword. That kind of makes a lot more sense and explains a few of the weird quirks about JavaScript. So let value equal whatever. And then we let time this dot kt dot get key. We're gonna say if hold on. So if time dot, so if date dot now is greater than time, I think just return, or is it, because it's a number, so I think it should be return -1. So just be return -1, and otherwise just return value. Okay. I think that makes sense. Kind of. I'm not confident in this. I don't understand if this set milliseconds is going to work as expected, but I think it's fine. Because conceptually, I understand what we're doing here. At least kind of. Okay, so then for the non-expired keys, it's gonna be the weirder one. Oh, also, for key that already exists, yeah, just both the key, both the value and the duration should be overwritten, which is fine. That's what that does. That's kind of just default behavior. Programming in this manner. Okay. So, time limited cache. So the count. This should ideally be pretty similar. So this should be, well, sort of this. So this.kv dot for each, I think. Yeah, so I can do for each. We have this, so value key question mark. I'm not sure. Oh, and then I also need to do let total equals 0. So value key map. Not sure why that exists, but whatever. So then what we want to do is we want to do this.kt if this.kt.get key. I want to increment total by 1. Alright, return total. Okay, I'm not unhappy with that. Oh, hey Zachy, what's up? Just grinding out leak code at the moment. So, story of my life at this point. Okay, I think this makes sense. I'm not completely sure though. So, KV is a map, KT is also a map. Key is not equal to undefined, we just go ahead and return true. Same unexpired key. So, and this.kt.get key is less than date dot or date dot now, whatever it is. You switched full time to Nix. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I would love to if I had the time. Maybe not Nix, but just something a little bit more intricate than Arch. Yeah, that'd be really cool. That'd be fun. Okay, so that gets me. That covers that. Key should be inaccessible. True if the same. Gentoo is for you. Do tell me about it. Arch is not taking too much time at the moment. Oh, wait, no, Gentoo. Oh, wait, no, that's the distro where you have to like compile everything yourself, don't you? Oh God. Yeah, that would be. Oh my God. It's so bad, dude. I would never get anything done. It'd take me so long to do anything. I'm sure that like 5% increase in performance is absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Okay, so enter key when the duration has elapsed, the key should be inaccessible, and the method should return true if the same unexpired key already exists. So unexpired key already exists. That's our check for this. Let me just note that actually. Check for unexpired key already existing. It's about the street cred you get with Gentoo. No, but like people already like using Arch is a flex though. Like I don't think people would even know what Gentoo is. Like, Arch is at the point where it's not so niche and unknown that saying its name, people are like, oh my god, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, Gentoo, like, I feel like there would be like maybe 10 people at my university who actually know what Gentoo is, but there are like at least a few hundred that know what Arch is, right? So Arch is like a bigger flex if we're talking about pure aura here. Once reaching the lapse, the key should be inaccessible. The method should return true if the same unexpired key already exists and false otherwise. Both value and duration should be overridden if the key already exists. I think that's fine. So for get, if an unexpired key exists, it should return the associated value. So if it's unexpired, which is this, then we just return this. Corporal aura, mystical aura. Tell me about it. I don't even know. Wait. Corporal versus mystical. Wait, I just processed that. I just processed that. What do you mean, corporal versus mystical? I think Arch still gives best aura. I mean, look, like the Gentoo logo isn't even like that impressive. Oh yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah, I'll look at it after stream. But like, I mean, look, this is the logo for Gentoo, right? Not really anything impressive. Like, this is the logo for Arch, right? Like that. This just looks so much better, you know? Like all of this, like all of the logos and stuff, it just looks so much cooler. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Gentoo one's cooler. I don't know. I can't say I agree with you on that. Oh, I should realize. Okay, so this is the way I was doing this was fine. So it should just be. No, I really love the Nyx logo. I think that like, yeah, no, that perfectly combines like, well, it doesn't combine anything. It just looks good. Is that Katie? No, I think most Linux users are, dude. I don't. Most like Arch users, at least. Anyone that doesn't use something mainstream like Mint is just at slightly, ever so slightly, on the spectrum. I think it's just fact at this point. Like, I don't think it's debatable. I'll turn -1 otherwise. If an unexpired key exists, it should return that. I wrote like not more, not less than 700. 700 lines of LaTeX is a lot, especially since like syntax highlighting is kind of like non-existent. So it's just staring at a screen of like dollar signs and other weird symbols. Yeah, dude, no, that's intense. What was it for? Let's go tomorrow. Oh, homework on paper. Jeez, yeah. Okay, so total key for each. Here's the count of unexpired keys. So, oh, I didn't like finish this or something. What? That get key is less than date.now. I think it's okay. Okay, I think that's appropriate. Let's see. Let's see. It's not gonna work, I guarantee you. God damn it. I hate my life. Okay, warning. I guess Fedora, but people say Ubuntu is better. I think, but I design stuff for light gaming. Fedora is. Hold on, I always forget. Fedora is not Arch based, is it? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Ubuntu. I mean, if you're just starting out with Linux, just use Mint. Yep, yeah, he said at the same time. Yeah, like I think people overcomplicate it. Like Mint is perfect to start out on. If you really like Linux, then use something Arch based, so you can do everything from the AUR, or Debian based. I know people like that. I've never liked Debian, just for whatever reason. But that's my thought, at least. Okay, so new data set milliseconds. Huh? Oh, right here. Oh, okay, so this is issue. Yeah, man, no problem. So this is set milliseconds is not a function. Okay. Again, too. You should not. No. Whoa. For a beginner distro, Gentoo, God no. I don't think anyone that actually has time to do anything uses Gentoo. No chance. Okay. How do I set like the milliseconds update? Increment date by milliseconds. I mean, if you like GNOME, you can always run Ubuntu, but I would say Linux Mint is going to be better. All I want to do is increment date by seconds JS. I had to okay, just show me how to do this, please. So is it that then? So it's new date dot get milliseconds plus duration. So let's try Gentoo because it's easier. Oh God, no! Do not use Gentoo. I mean, I don't know how easy it is, but all I know is that you're gonna spend like 8 hours compiling something. Probably like have some like $1,000 electric bill, which would be insane. 8 set milliseconds. Nearly 8, more like 7. Okay, so why can't I set the milliseconds of this? Let me just try run this again, make sure I'm not doing anything wrong. Yeah, that doesn't work for some reason. So why is that not working? Because date.now JS. That should be 6 hours compiling Firefox. Dude, it's so bad. Oh my God. It's gonna be a minute. I think about it. It feels like it's so easy. I mean, if you want a challenge, just use something Arch based. Maybe don't start with Arch, but something Arch based will be a little bit more tricky to start out with. Date.now. No, because date.now should return a date. Oh yeah, now. But like, is Gentoo really a challenge, or does it just take like a long time to do everything? Oh, I just closed that. Actually, it doesn't really matter, I guess, because it probably already saved my solution. I have it saved locally too. There we go. I was gonna say I'm sure it's easier than Arch. Okay, let's take a look at this. So what are we doing? It says you delay execution. What? I guess I guess that makes sense. Subify, I am practicing. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I am practicing for interviews. No, that's crazy, bro. I have it resting on my chair. That's crazy. Nah, that's crazy. I mean, that's insane. Nah. No, dude, I promise I should have it. I should have it sitting on my left chair. Nah, no, you're good. Okay, so apparently I could have just done this with timeout instead of like doing a manual cache. But that seems weird because we're gonna store a promise then, and that feels like we shouldn't do that, or not shouldn't, but it feels awkward. So timeout should clear cache. Yeah, that's great. So you just tell me why this isn't working, because this should. I mean, you do trust me, but I'm almost definitely gonna keep my my hand on my keyboard now. I cannot have those accusations out there. That'd be career ruining. Career ruining, I tell you. State that now should return like a new instance. Just use Emacs. I've seen that. I think there's a plugin for NeoVim too. Yeah, there is. I might pick it up at some point because I would like to like start grinding LeetCode just for the fun of it. But at the moment, I'm just doing this because it's easier for me. Dude, I'm not using Emacs, dude. I'm in way too deep already. I'm in way too deep. I mean, I'm serious. I will start doing it, everything from NeoVim at some point. It's just getting like taking the time to actually get like set up and stuff. Time that I don't have and time that I don't feel like using. Where I configured my whole Emacs config with Nix. No, that's insane. Dude, Nix seems reasonable, like once you actually figure out how it works. But still seems like really painfully hard to start with. It's just one for front end stuff. To be frank, I don't even know if this is gonna be a technical interview. He hasn't told me like anything about it. Yeah, sure, Zaki. But like, I would rather be able to answer anything that he asks me, and especially like little stuff like this, like I don't actually do on a daily basis. These are the kind of questions that like I don't want to ask me. And then he's like, I don't, I'm like, I don't know where you're even asking me, because I never do like bare bones JavaScript. I don't think he will, but still, that would suck if that happened. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, let me see that. Oh, I just scrolled up here. Hold on. I'm in my buddy's Discord. I cannot be showing that. I gotta make sure I'm not like leaking anything. No, I think we're fine. Okay, that should be chill. Oh my god, dude. What the hell? Jeez. Yeah, that's an abomination and a half. Oh my god. I'm not gonna act like I can even try to understand that. No, that's crazy though. Shit. Oh my god. There's so much going on there. I mean, it makes sense, but like, there's so much going on there. Yeah, seriously. WTF is right. Okay, I just want to set the milliseconds of the state, dude. Why can't I not set the milliseconds? Here, if I just do this, so I do like let date equals date dot now. I'm in the depths of hell. Yeah. I don't know why you're doing that to yourself, dude. Do not know why. Oh. See, that would make sense. Okay, so that returns milliseconds apparently. So what we actually need to do is let new date millis plus duration. I don't know if that's ever gonna pay off, dude. I don't know. One can hope, but like I don't know about that. Let new date. I also really need to be using like constant for everything here, but I guess like we just won't do that because whatever. New date and then new date dot set milliseconds to new date millis. Can't do for the last 3 months daily driving. No, that's like actually insane. I don't know how people have the patience for that or just the time for that. Okay, so let's see where we went wrong here. Okay, so null false. Oh, why am I? Oh, there we go. Bro, 10 people have said I will fail this interview. Nah, that's crazy. That's insane. 10 people. Y'all have no confidence. It's all apps while at school, while sleeping, or while you're outside. If you use Gentoo, I don't think you go outside. I think that's the problem. Nah. Okay, is this just an issue with like what I'm doing? I'm guessing it says so. Is less than date dot now, then increment total. On date comparison JS. See, that's what I thought, is you can just do like will do what you want, like, yeah, and then do that stuff. So like less than or equal to or whatever. That's what I thought. So let me go back here. Move around a little bit. So okay, so we're definitely, I feel like this is wrong for some reason, but I don't know why. So no, because that should be fine, because it's KT, the Firefox team. Oh, you know, you're right. I really should. I've had this like really ugly theme for so long, and I just use it because I've gotten used to it. No, I really should, because everything else is Scrubbox. I spent like 6 hours doing that a few months ago for some reason. But yeah, no, I should do that. Okay, I'm guessing this is like the same issue. Trust me with the theme I gave you. Oh yeah, that one. Okay, yeah, I'll do that when I get a chance, because that would look a lot better than this ugly ass whatever, like cyan blue, whatever it is. Yeah. So set. As we're saying that's weird. So it expected this to be true, but it wasn't. So it returns true the same. If the same unexpired key already exists, and we're checking if it's unexpired by checking that. Oh. doesn't have to be true. Well, that can be if it's unexpired. That's all we have to do to check if it's unexpired. So that should successfully check. Wait. Oh. Oh God. I see what I'm doing. God damn it. New date. Bro, why am I doing this to myself? Hold on. Date constructor. Do I have like millisecond? Where's the current date? Oh, I should just be doing new date, like as a whole. I'm gonna buy a laptop this Ryzen 5600, 16 gigs RAM, 512. I mean, it depends on what you mean by heavy tasking and designing. But like, I mean, almost anything would work fine for like building websites. I mean, if you're doing stuff in Blender, that might be a little bit too heavy for that, but like Figma would run just fine. Yeah, it really just depends on like what you're doing. Yeah. As long as, yeah, and yeah, no, that's fine. That would perform just totally fine. I mean, honestly, VS Code probably wouldn't run well, but that's because it's VS Code. Like, VS Code doesn't run well on my, what am I running again? Like a 5700X, like RTX 3070 with 32 gigs of RAM, and VS Code runs like shit. But that's kind of just because it's VS Code. So, okay, this should work now. God damn it, dude. Huh? So if new date is greater than time, and we're, yeah, I realize this can be, this can be modified to be like this. So it's date, so it's new date plus, that's new date dot get milliseconds plus new date dot milliseconds, and that would be just this one. Okay, so why are you not working now? So if the date constructor, so with no parameters, the newly created date object represents the current data and time as of the time as of the time of instantiation. That's poor grammar. The return date's timestamp is the same as the number returned by date.now. So current date and time. Okay, yeah, no, that should be fine. That should be chill. So this, the worst thing in coding is solving problems at the end. You find that, yeah, oh, dude, seriously, I'm sure that's gonna happen with this. Like, there's just some like little thing I'm missing. If this .kt.get key is less than new date, so the current time. So if this is an unexpired key, you return true. That's fine. This should be new date, not something else. So if this is get, so if new date is greater than time, return -1. That should be fine. Okay, let me try and run it again, see if I'm like messing up in some weird second. Oh, it would help if yeah, no, because that should be new date. No, that should just be duration. Okay, see now. Okay, this is okay. This is where I think I'm just doing something stupid and like missing the very obvious answer. Um, okay, so when we call set again, this should return true, right? Because it should be this.kt.get key less than new date. Almost through these JavaScript problems. Almost done. No, not really, but we're gonna act like it. But we're gonna act like we are. Okay, so when we call set again, we expect this to return true, right? But don't. Is this okay? I don't want to be that guy, but I honest to God wonder if this is a problem with their timing. Because this shouldn't, like this, to me, unless I'm missing something, think this works perfectly fine. So this.kt.get key is less than new date. Unless it's something down here. Let me set. Let me get. Wait, hold on. What? Wait, am I missing something here? Because this should be this. Okay, I'm looking at case 2 here. So we're setting a key value pair 150 is added with a time limit of 100 milliseconds. So key. Okay, yeah. The value doesn't exist, so false is returned, and that works all right. At equals 50, get one call which returns 50. It should work all right. Try PC. I wish. I wish, dude. Okay, so just to walk through this, like exactly. The cache is constructed. A key value pair is added with a time limit of 50 milliseconds. The value doesn't exist, so false is returned. Great. The next key value pair is added with a time limit of 100 milliseconds. A non-expired value already existed, so true is returned. The old value was overwritten. Wait, hold on. Wait, the grammar there is weird. What? A non-expired value already existed, so true is returned and the old value is overwritten. So, what? If the key already exists, the value and duration should be overwritten. Okay, well that does not make sense at all. When do I usually go live? Pretty sporadically. Really just whenever I have the time and energy. If you join my Discord, I have a stream ping role. If you're interested, but yeah, because like I never know when I'm gonna have the time or like the energy to sit here and do this for 2 or 3 hours straight. So it could be like any time. Yeah, I was gonna do like a schedule, but then college started and I was like, dude, there's no way I can like consistently stream. So I stopped trying to do that. Maybe over winter break or like the summer though. I might try and do that. Okay, cool. Why is this such a pain in the ass? Because it should. The logic here is really weird as well. Okay, so expected energy key, energy value, duration milliseconds. Once the duration has elapsed, key should be inaccessible. The method should return true, the same unexpired key. So this check, okay, so if the same unexpired key already exists and false otherwise. Either way, both the value and duration should be overwritten. So maybe it's like... Okay, I don't know why this would change anything, but... That? I don't understand why that would be the case, but... You see what happens. Yeah, no, that's still wrong. Okay, so okay, that's getting count incorrect. That's still getting that incorrect. So, am I just not... Do I just like literally not understand like this? That's my best my best guess. Unless I'm not inserting that properly, but I am because we're doing this.kt.set key new date. Let me look. Map functions JS. Yeah, so we set and then we .get and all that fun stuff. Yeah, and that should be all right. Map.size and stuff, the map.get, that works fine. I don't know if I'm just missing the logic here or something. He's already done this, so... Clear timeout, so... Okay, I think there's... Yeah, other solutions here, so... Okay, let me look at this. So, use set timeout to remove items from the cache. If the key already exists in the cache, cancel its timeout. Okay, so this is like... Oh, look at that. Okay, so they're using set timeout directly instead of doing this like manually with another map, which is obviously kind of causing problems. Yeah. And see if there's a solution in the way that I did it. Just 'cause I'm kind of curious now. Okay, that seems really beefy. Let me... DTL value... Like a whole interface there, damn. Okay, yeah, so fundamentally it was set timeout and timeout. Oh, and then automatically deletes it, so we don't have to handle that manually. Okay. I guess that makes sense, but it's still kind of weird. Okay. Well, as with all the other problems, I don't want to send this for next God knows how long, so let's just clear this. Can I just like reset? Yes, confirm. Okay, Control Z that if I need to. I can. Look at that. Okay. Let's reset that. I would like to come back to that and try that again. Okay. Turn a memoized version of that function. A memoized function is a function that will never be called twice with the same inputs. Instead, it will return a cache value. Okay, so this is fundamentally kind of the same thing with closure, with the other closure problem that we did, I think. Let's see. Okay. There are 3 possible input functions. Sum, fib, and factorial. And we want to cache the output of all of those, I think. Okay. So there are 3 possible input functions. Let's just look at the examples real quick. So just with the sum function, do sum 2 and 2, sum 2 and 2, get call count, and then for 1, right? Call 1 and 2, and then get call count. Then okay, so get call count is only incremented if we haven't seen that value before. Okay, so I guess we'll start with this dot cache equals new map, and I guess the advantage that we have here is that there's only going to be one function. It's just kind of make everything easier, maybe. So it should be 5. It's like this should be 5, and then factorial, obviously. So okay, so how can we cache sum? Because sum was called as 2, and that was not seen before. Oh my god, guys. Because we need to cache. Okay, because if sum, factorial, and fib all took the same number of input parameters, that'd be kind of easy. But well, that's fine because we don't really care what the input parameters are, just as long as we can hash that. So we could do something like this, where we do this dot cache dot set. Here, let me take this into make my life easier. We could do this dot cache dot set args by chance, because that's going to be an array anyways. Well, first we're going to do this dot cache dot if this dot cache dot get args. No, hold on, we're gonna back up a little bit more. We're gonna do const this dot cache get args. Const value is equal to that. So if val is not equal to undefined, to be specific, return val. We're not going to increment anything. We are going to do get call count, so we also need to keep track of that. So this dot call count is equal to 0, and then if it's not cached, we're going to do this dot call count increment by 1. And this dot cache dot set args. Let's see, because this should be. Oh right, okay. No TypeScript, I forgot. This dot cache dot set args. Where is args? Args was like right. Oh right. So it should be args, and then I think we can just do this. I'm not sure about that, but I think that should be fine. Because we just spread operator that into there. Assuming we're not handling any edge cases, that should be fine. I delete this because we're not using it right now. So let's just do return. So let's do const result is equal to function args, and then we'll return res. This should be fine. I think we can hash arrays. I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out soon. Yeah, so okay, we do that. Then the get call count, that's okay, I do not understand that. Gonna be honest. So call count plus equals 1. So hold on. What are we doing here? Memwise function AB oh wait, is call count automatically? Hold on, what? This is a little bit confusing, I'm not gonna lie. Yo, what? Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like this question is not that great. How are things going? Not poorly. This question is not descriptive because like it doesn't even mention where call count is defined and how we should handle it. Because I don't think we manually hand it in the, not composition, the closure here. Because it looks like it's handled here, but yeah, it's odd. So yeah. Okay, I guess let me look at. I don't even know where to start on this because. Okay, I might call this a bad problem and move on because we don't even define get call count anywhere unless I'm missing it, but I don't think I am missing it. Okay, so if value has been cached with arguments, I cannot be used for arguments A, B. Okay, so I might have to manipulate what I hash as a key, but that's fine. You can focus on that later. Two separate calls should be made. Fib accepts a single integer n and returns 1 if n is less than or equal to 1, and so on. Factorial accepts a single integer n. Yeah, we never mention get call count like anywhere. I guess that I might just assume that's meant to be handled like not by me, but I don't know why they would specifically mention that. I guess just to encourage like the actual use of the cache. I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna assume that does not matter. Partially because I don't even know how. Because call count would be. Yeah, I'm just gonna assume that that's not something I need to handle. It's weird. No, I know. I don't want to sit on this for the next while, but I've only been on this for like 10 minutes, so. Okay, I'm gonna ignore get call count. I don't think that's super important. Yeah, because factorial is not called because 2 was seen before. Are arrays hashable.js? I just why is this like this in JavaScript world? I ask a simple question and we have to go on this journey to figure out the answer when I could just be told, oh no, arrays aren't hashable because XYZ. I'm gonna assume that they are for now. Okay, so let's assume that we're ignoring that. The cache.set. Okay, so we args. Okay, let's try this. Here, paste this in and run. I'm guessing it's not gonna work, but okay, so we got it right on that. So is it calling it both times then? So 2 2. So I am guessing. Let me see. So for the first one, we call, and 3 is right again, but we should only call that one more time. So it's something with how I'm doing this, or the caching at least. So maybe it's okay. So I'm clearly not doing the caching correctly. That's the source of the error because just fundamentally here, that should work fine. So let me try and put that in my own code, or try to trace it maybe. I don't know. I think it's gonna be the most optimal way. Well, not optimal, but it's gonna be the most realistic way to solve this. Because I don't want to get into this interview tomorrow and then be like, I'm gonna put this in my own editor, and he goes like, no, you're not, because that would suck. It's the same issue other places. So it seems like args is not hashable. Let me let me copy and paste this. So join Discord. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, so write that, and then okay, let me just console log. Oh wait, what? Oh. I guess we just didn't. Oh yeah, we shouldn't do that. So let call count equals 0 to start with. Okay, cool. So let me do this instead. Not instead, but let's just console log the map every time we call this. So console.log this.cache. Okay, so 2, 3. Oh, I did not realize that. Hash map JS? Is that not? Oh, okay. I did not think that that was the case. And remembers the original insertion values. Duplicate. Okay. Stream. Mr. Fucking solve this problem. Yeah, bro. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so apparently JavaScript maps are not hashable, question mark, which does not make sense. Cassettes, because a map is it not unique values? Okay, here. Let me just test this, because like now I'm confused, because this is like shattering my worldview. So if I do let x equals new map, do x.insert 0, 0, and x insert 1, 2. Okay, what are you mad about? Oh, x.set, set, and then console.log x. No, see, it works fine there. Okay, so maybe is it just not? Huh? Because if I do this, there's 2 different entries then. What the hell? What? How else can I? Okay, so maybe arrays aren't hashable here. To go back to what I had here, can I? Will this still work if I do? Because I wonder if is JavaScript just seeing the array and saying, oh, it's an array in a different location in memory. Okay. Oh my God. Yeah. Look at that. Okay. So it must be. Okay. So what is a better way to hash an array? Okay. No, I would like to try and figure this out myself. So how can I hash an array in JavaScript? Okay. most obvious way that comes to mind is let's just add all the args together. But then that kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it, of the cache? Because we could just do, like, we could just, like, map everything. I think it would be, like, count or, like, combine or something. Whatever it would be. But that would kind of go against the point of doing this. So, well, no, it wouldn't inherently. I guess it wouldn't technically, like, okay, we'll just like really brute force way doing this real quick. So like for here, let's do like let hash equals 0, and for for element in args, I forget the syntax for this. I think it's that hash equals e. Okay, yeah, you're definitely not happy about that. So, oh, wrong button. See if that works. It'll set by the hash. Okay, yeah, that's okay. Wait, we're doing that. That's not working. Hold on, let's just do this. So, for I equals 0, I is less than args dot length increment I hash is equal to args at I. What are you mad about? Okay, apparently I do not know how to write a for loop in JavaScript. And in my defense, there's no reason that I would ever have to do this. Oh, it's just let I. But huh? What exactly are you talking about now? Because that we're not creating anything new, and that works fine, but it also doesn't, because what? Because why are we still getting to here? Because we should never get to here if we see. Oh wait, shit. Okay, let me do this. Okay, this fundamentally that works. Again, the most optimal solution ever. God no. But let's try this and see if this works at least, and then we can move on from there and see if there's a better way to do it. This isn't like wrong to do. I don't think, but like it's not. Let's see if it works. If it doesn't work, then I have to find a different way to hash it. Oh, god damn it. Okay. Okay, so why are you mad? Oh, because this automatically introduces collisions. Okay, so let's wait. Why don't we instead of doing this? Why don't we just do a set? So let's just do a hash is equal to new set. Oh, new set args. Okay. You no longer work now though, because yes, apparently. Dude, what? Why is this? Okay, yeah, I'm back on the bandwagon of JavaScript is a dumb, stupid language. Because this should not be this difficult. Like, this cannot. How? Like how? Just someone enlighten me. Like, why does this not work? Because it's a set, and fundamentally, a set should work for this. Like, bro. Okay. Okay, the hash is the new set of args. So, hold on. Let me console.log hash, I guess. Yeah, no, and it's the same thing. So, hold on, let me console.log hash equal to hash. True, yeah. So this .cache.get hash, right? If value is not equal to undefined, then we just immediately return val, but we don't do what? On hash JavaScript array. No, because I'm like actually so confused now. Like, why exactly does that not work? Because it should. Okay, so this should be printed once, like one single time, but it's not. Okay, well this should be. It's undefined both times, but no, like no, this is actually gonna make me lose it because it's the same. It's the exact same thing. Dot get hash. What? Okay, so I guess the problem here is still hashing the array. So how else can we? How else can we hash the array? Like, is map with JavaScript. You map on array JavaScript? No. Use hash map with array JavaScript. So arrays map values. That's okay, that's not what I'm looking to do. Map.has maybe. Dude, like what? How is this? I genuinely like don't even know what to do because I maps don't work as is intended. I know it's something like stupid with JavaScript, but like I don't understand why this is ever the case. Okay, key value pairs. Key in the map might only occur. we clarify that a map might only occur once. An object is iterated by key value pairs. Duplicate map objects JS. Or sorry, duplicate map keys JS. Duplicate keys. Now can have an object as the key. Just do object output as the same string. Okay, so you're saying how to compare like equivalency of. Okay, so that makes sense. That like it's comparing the object somehow, which is weird and I think is pretty stupid, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Add duplicate object keys. Map for multiple values. Okay, so is it like... Okay, because we can't add these. Wait, why? Hold on. Am I being stupid? Maybe. What if we just do this? So for let I equals 0, I is less than args.length increment I. What if we should do this? We should just do hash equals string I. I mean, and now we have a string. Okay. Maybe you a string because that maintains the order then. Okay, let's try that because this is gonna make me crash out. Okay, because now we're using a string instead. Okay, that's not working still. Because we call, okay, so we call 2 and 2 and that works fine. And we call get count and that works fine. We call 1 2 and maybe, oh wait, no, we're still doing a string, aren't we? We're doing a string object. Okay, so how can I hash this so we have nothing, we have no chance of duplicating this, or no collisions specifically. I don't know, like, okay, let's see hints maybe. Parameters, oh wait, is it seriously just JSON dot stringify? There's no way it's that. That would be insane. JSON dot stringify. How about this? That seems to work here. Hold on, let me copy and paste this. If we do like that, what happens? Okay, this actually might work. And if this works, I gotta figure out why this works, because I don't understand at all. I'm guessing it has something to do with like the primitive versus. Oh, yeah, I didn't copy that. But with like the primitive versus the string object. Let's see if this works. Okay. Can I use this as my test case? You used to have let y is equal to an empty string, and then we're going to do for int I, for let I equals 0, while I is less than x dot length. We want to increment I, string x, or string x at I, or something like that, whatever. And let's console.log y. Let's console.log y json.stringify x. Oh, that's a complete. Oh my god, that's a completely different thing. Okay, so I'm guessing. Hold on, this should be type of. Okay, so is this different? No, they're both strings. Okay, I don't understand. No. Okay, no. I guess that makes sense why that could be an issue. Okay. I guess that I'm going to accept that is the way that is. Okay, just whatever, man. Whatever. Just whatever, bro. Whatever. It does not matter. Okay, so let me go back to this, and cause I still don't completely understand the solution. I might have to come back to it because, honest to God, this was like really confusing. So, right function that checks if a given value is an instance of a given class or a superclass. First problem: an object is considered an instance of a given class if that object has access to that class's methods. So we're doing this through prototype, and we were primarily using the constructor, which is still what I'm confused about. So here, I'm going to do this off stream, but here, let me make like a list of what I want to figure out. So, why can we compare prototypes, prototype constructors to class function? That doesn't make sense. Okay, I wonder if this is like poorly written, because I feel like class function is, yeah, because we never define what class function is. I mean, we kind of do here, but like, class function could be a reference to the class itself, which would be the constructor. Yeah, so I think, okay, so I'm gonna assume that this is basically the constructor. So we're gonna check it if it's the constructor, or if object.prototype has that constructor. Let me look at the solution, or one of the solutions. Just show me the code, man. Just show me the code. That did make a little bit more sense, than this, but I think this is a little bit clearer. So if object.constructor is equal to class function, turn true, and then get prototype of is kind of going up the tree of prototype. So get prototype of returns the prototype, the value of the internal prototype property of the specified object. So prototype, so we can create an object create prototype of, that does not make any sense to me. Okay, that did not help me at all, naturally. I'm trying to learn JavaScript, and I was learning object from Zilla document. Okay, that's not going to make sense. Okay, object get as inbuilt function used to check the prototype of an object that the user has created. Most of the time, it's used to check whether two objects have the same prototype or not. Internal definition of the object that is defined by the user in the JavaScript code. So in this case, that's just object, I think. Should get prototype of second or okay, that does not make sense either, to be honest. I might like recircle back on that. Okay, so this was using set timeout, so timeout.js. I think this is just, I wasn't really aware that this existed, because this kind of makes sense when you think about it. Because then we're not having to manually handle that other cache, and we just kind of let set timeout do everything for us. So in this case, we have set timeout and is OPS dying? Probably. Oh. Did I just die? There we go. Okay. My Wi-Fi just like absolutely died. That was weird. Anyways, okay, so this kind of makes sense, right? Because we got like, okay, so we have the this cache that has key, and then clear timeout, and then so if it exists, they just clear the timeout and reset the value, and then move on. Okay, I think that makes sense. And for this, yeah, and that's fine. Cache that size. So then, and with set timeout, and I did see someone mention that this might not be efficient after some time, but I think realistically this would be fine, even if we're doing this on like a different virtual thread or something. Okay, because once this timeout expires, we just delete it from the cache, and that makes this easier, that makes everything else easier. Okay, that seems fine to me. Not aiming for perfection here. This is just, can we do this reasonably well? Okay, so going back to this, and also, is there anything else that like I really want to practice? Not really. I could like grind through all these, but I feel like just doing this has been helpful. Which is, kind of the point. I'm more concerned about doing React and next.js stuff, which I'm going to do later tonight. So check if instead of inheritance achieved with the prototype chain, we get the prototype of an object with that, using this compare class prototype with object prototype. Okay, so time complexity, space complexity. This is still so weird because I don't understand the get prototype of. I think, if I understand correctly, we're kind of just like moving up the chain of prototypes, but I don't completely understand. So yeah, this is being a pain in the ass for me. I think, okay, so it returns the prototype, like the value of the internal prototype object. So make sure I understand this correctly. So it just returns the internal prototype property. String. So it just returns the internal prototype property. So I would like to actually see what that is. Log. Oh, okay. Yeah, so this makes sense. So you date that prototype and then object, then null. Okay. Still a little bit rough around the edges on that, but I'm not completely confused. Maybe. So this, and then it's strictly equal to this. I don't understand why this is equal to or why this works, because object.getPrototype of object. I guess that kind of, look at object.create.js. Look at this. Creates a new object using an existing object as the prototype of the newly created object. Okay, I guess that makes sense. It's still so weird though, but I think that is fine. Okay, so to summarize, a prototype is basically a thing that it's similar to, it's comparable to inheritance. It's not the same as inheritance, because we don't strictly have to. Okay, well, firstly, we kind of walk back up the tree a little bit more manually, I guess. And also, some other object or class being in the prototype tree doesn't explicitly mean that we're kind of taking everything from that object, if I understand correctly. Let me go back to looking at like prototypes.js. Here, features from another. Okay, so maybe that's not completely correct. So it's, so we do object equals object.getPrototype of object. And then object prototype is that. Okay, I'm gonna view this as like a mix between traits and Rust and strict object-oriented programming, like Java, basically. Which kind of helps me make sense of this, but it's still a little bit weird. What happens if you define a property in an object when a property the same name is defined on the object's prototype? What happens if you define an object in a property with an object with the same name and then, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna act like I understand what's going on there for now. Partially because I gotta get dinner. I gotta eat a little bit. Thanks for watching the stream, and I will be back later tonight or tomorrow.